Hey, this is Josh from BrandsWalk, live from Stockholm, Sweden, and today we'll be going over what I've been packing in my Thule Aion Tote Bag. I've been using this tote bag pretty much throughout this whole past month, traveling throughout Europe, in Paris, Vienna, and now Stockholm. I've been carrying this tote bag with me pretty much every single day out here traveling, going to different landmarks, bringing it out, walking throughout the cities, bringing it in cafes, on trains, on planes, yeah, pretty much anywhere you can think of when you're traveling throughout Europe or anywhere else. And this has held up very well. It holds pretty much all the essentials I need as a content creator that travels regularly throughout the year. And it's made of this really nice, high quality, like water resistant canvas material. And also the zippers are also rubberized. So this makes it easy when you're out in when you're outdoors all the time, and you know the weather can be unpredictable. And I also like how there's so many different types of compartments in here. You know, there's double pockets, there's zippers, there's just like a main trunk area, if you want to call it that, different sleeves. So this makes it a very diverse everyday bag, you know. And I'm someone who prefers carrying a tote bag over a backpack. I know that might be controversial, but it's just easier for me to carry around, take things out when on the go, instead of like taking off your backpack. And this also has a lining in the back. This panel allows you to kind of set it on top of your carry-on luggage handle securely. So yeah, that's another great feature. Design wise, you know, it's very subtle, this kind of olive green color, and there's minimal branding. There's just one Thule logo marking right here, if you can see. It's just a great everyday travel bag. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be a content creator carrying multiple lenses and cameras inside it, or you could just be a casual traveler that just needs to put in, you know, one laptop and your wallet, passport, you know, just your everyday essentials. You can kind of use this any which way you want, because it's so versatile with all these pockets, storage compartments in here. So, and I like to have mine kind of organized in a way where I can quickly kind of differentiate which section will have certain gear for different scenarios. For example, so like in the main compartment, I have my 16-inch MacBook Pro next to the iPad Pro 13-inch. So this is all my computing gear with, you know, the Sennheiser Momentum 4 headphones. So this is kind of like my tech compartment, I guess you would call it. And also I have my Thule Chasm gear cube with it. And what makes this great is that, you know, having all your cables, kind of smaller tech gadgets or accessories just inside one specific compartment just makes it a whole lot easier when you're kind of preoccupied throughout the day. You're always on the go. This gear cube kind of holds all the essential smaller items, like let's say my lens cleaning spray, you know, lens brush, you know, lens filter, like a small shotgun microphone. This is a Sennheiser MKE200. It's just a compact shotgun microphone I use for capturing, you know, environmental noises, you know, voiceovers, you know, interview scenarios, kind of stuff like that. And of course, camera batteries, SSD cards, microfiber cloth. All right, so my battery for my microphone died in Stockholm. So now we're gonna continue the review in the beautiful city of Paris. Okay, so moving on now from the tech gadgets I store in here, like my headphones and MacBook and iPad. In terms of camera gear, I carry two camera bodies. Photo camera, which is my Leica M11-P, a Sony ZV-E1, full frame, 4K, beautiful footage, easy to carry around while traveling. But this all fits very snug inside this tote bag. And in terms of lenses, right now I'm pretty amazed with this bag, since I can fit like a 70 to 200 telephoto lens. And yeah, the fact that it can just fit in here perfectly without any issues is pretty amazing. And along with that, I have my standard, you know, focal length, which is a 35mm. And this goes inside kind of like the bottle pocket. area of the tote bag. And this one is the Sirui Vision Prime, and this is the new Cine lens from Sirui, and this is 35mm t1.4. The reason why I carry on this lens, I know it looks big and not very, quote unquote travel friendly, but actually it's very lightweight, and the fact that it goes to a t1.4 aperture is pretty amazing. Some people will say, oh, why don't you just use an autofocus lens, since manual focus, you're doing more work. And that's the reason why I like using manual focus lenses, because autofocus lenses for the Sony bodies are amazing in their own way, but it gets kind of boring in a way. I like to challenge myself creatively whenever I'm out and about, especially in these travel scenarios. Yeah, the VP1 does the job, and it has a lot of diverse use cases. It has a minimum focus distance of 0.3, so it allows you to get really close-up shots of whatever, food, details in the buildings, close-ups in portraiture. Now let's move on to the inner pockets. And here I just put in my miscellaneous things like this notebook and pen combo. The notebook I use is from this brand called Edit. I got this in Seoul, Korea last summer, I think. The cover has a pouch built into it, so you can just store your pen right inside the notebook. And the pen I'm using right now is from a brand called HMM Project. They are a Taiwanese-based stationery and homeware brand. Yeah, and this is just their standard ballpoint pen. It's made of all aluminum. It feels very solid, it's very simple in design. I've realized over the years, you really need a pen when you're traveling, because, when you're signing in at the immigration, it's very annoying to ask people for pens on the airplane, or when you're at the airport itself, using the provided public pens. Without going into a tangent, it's always nice to have your own personal pen. So yeah, this goes in very snug, right inside the inner pocket. And next to it, I also have my Apple Pencil for my iPad Pro. This is kind of like the stationery section of the bag. As you can see, it's very customizable. You can use this bag any which way you want. I mean, I guess I'm a special case since I bring like a lot of stuff throughout the day, since I need to be shooting with cameras all day and editing. So I have to bring my MacBook, my tech gear, and yeah, and there's just other miscellaneous things. And last but not least, there's a zipper compartment right here in the front of the bag. And here I usually put things like that I really want to quickly take out. This would include like my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Yeah, I've been bringing this camera everywhere, literally everywhere, every day. The product just speaks for itself. It does fit in your pocket. It's one of those cameras that kind of made me fall in love again with videography or just documenting everyday life. It's nice to have these big, cinema cameras, video cameras, but being someone that started out with small GoPros and action cameras, it kind of brought me back to that state of mind, or that period of time growing up and falling in love with videography. Yeah, in the right lighting situations, you can get some pretty good video footage with this. It's the perfect everyday video camera. What else is in here? I have this like hand cream. I got this from a brand called Frama, and it's from Copenhagen, Denmark. It's always good to stay moisturized. I have this battery pack that I use from Native Union. This one is the Native Union Reclassic Magsafe battery pack, and it's very slim in design. It's a nice color, obviously. Very beautiful and simplistic design. And then the last item in this bag is the Native Union Fold laptop stand. Pretty much the most aesthetically pleasing, simplistic in function, high quality laptop stand. You can bring this anywhere. It's literally the size of chopsticks. I've been using this on my plane rides, my train rides, at cafes. It's all you do is just extend the legs like this, and then you just prop down the feet onto any solid surface. And yeah, it definitely alleviates having to look down on your laptop like this all the time. Yeah, it just makes it comfortable for me for, long editing periods. I even use it as a stand for my iPad Pro, since I do a lot of sketching and writing notes on my iPad. So yeah, it's just like a simple accessory that gives a lot of impact in your day-to-day work. Yeah, I think that covers pretty much all the items that I bring around in my Thule Aion Tote Bag. In terms of functionality, this covers pretty much any type of purpose you need it for. You know, it was hard for me to find just the right tote bag after all these years traveling. But I think this is just, if you want something simple, minimal branding, a lot of storage compartments, yeah, I think this is probably the most functional tote bag I've used that actually keeps my stuff organized. I've laid it out into sections, like I've stated before, having my tech stuff in the main trunk compartment, and you know, my iPad inside the sleeve right here, and then my sunglass case, my sunblock. I don't want to overcomplicate the review, so I think I'm just gonna end it here. The Thule Aion Tote Bag is available now and can be purchased on BrandsWalk.com. You can receive 10% off on all orders if you sign up for our mailing list. Yeah, so make sure to get that done. And of course, if you want, make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more lifestyle, tech, and brand reviews. Thanks for watching and happy travels.